The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
What is up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in to Talk Live Paranormal on Armed Radio. Yes, I am finally back. This is Shannon.
And this is Mr. Bill.
Oh, man, it feels good to be back.
I am so glad you're back with us.
I hate missing episodes.
I know. You got a lot of stuff going on in your life, though.
I know. Well, it's never ending. It's never going to slow down. Ever. Hey,
let's throw a big shout out there real quick to all the men and women serving around the world in the beautiful armed forces, making it safe for us. Thank you guys very much for what you do, and thank you to all the people who have served, men and women, veterans. Thank you guys very much for everything you've done.
Guys, and God bless, and those that are deployed now, come home safe.
Please come home safe.
Get one for us.
Damn skippy.
So what are we going to talk about?
Well, there's some upcoming events,
okay,
but I'm gonna bypass those for a minute because I'm gonna jump into something that's been kind of driving me. It's a question that got put in my brain by someone, and I want to know your thoughts on it.
Okay.
So I was sitting around with some guys the other night. And one of them actually looked at me and said, "How the hell can you believe in all that paranormal stuff? It's not real. Blah 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 blah. There's no such thing as spirits and ghosts." And I said, "Okay, let me ask you a question." I said, "You're a family man, yeah? What do you do on Saturdays?" He goes, "Saturdays is my time. My wife and I have it worked out. We spend her time is Friday night, my time Saturday night." And then he jumped right in and said, "Sunday is family time. We get up, we get dressed, we go to church, and then we come home and we just spend family time together." And I applauded him for that. I thought that was pretty cool. You know, he's going to spend time with just his family, and they also have a digital free Sundays where
right,
they don't watch TV, they don't turn on computers, they play games with their kids, they do all sorts of stuff. But something caught in my brain with what he said, and I went, okay, wait. Let's back up for a minute. You said on Friday night's her night, on Saturday nights is your night, and on Sunday you guys get up, get dressed, and go to church. Why are you a hypocrite? And he got real quiet, just like it did now. Right. And he started puffing up and getting all, "What do you mean?" I said, "Because you just told me there's no such thing as spirits, there's no such thing as ghosts, but you said you go to church every Sunday and worship the Holy Spirit." Now, he goes, "Well, God is different." Why is God different? He's the Spirit. He's the Holy Spirit.
Deceased.
He's dead. He's not here.
Right.
He's everywhere. Really? So he's a spirit. He's an entity that's around. Yeah. Well, what do you think I'm looking for? And he got real quiet. He goes, "Well, you got to prove to me they exist." I said, No, I don't have to anymore. You just did. Now you got to prove to me they don't exist. And it shut him up. It made me think. We're always trying to prove they exist. And a lot of times we're trying to prove them to people who do that exact same thing. They may go to church on Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays and Mondays and every day of the week.
Right.
But they're one of the first ones to tell us that there's no such thing as spirits. Well, how the hell can you say that? It doesn't make any sense to me.
It's not much different than the people that would show up at the events that were all skeptic and left with a different state of mind.
I remember we do a lot of those. It irritates me sometimes, kind of gets underneath my skin sometimes when somebody goes, "Well, you got to prove to me they exist." And my new thing is, well, why don't you prove to me they don't exist? Because you just told me by your actions on what you do that they do exist.
Right.
So you're going to tell me that every time that someone passes away, or moves on, or whether it's an animal, whether it's a tree, whether it's a human, whether it's whatever it is, it passes away and moves on, that it's just over with, it's done, there's nothing else. I can't believe that. He goes, well, you don't believe in God. I said, whoa, wait a minute. Why? Because I don't go to church on Sundays or 7 days a week? Because I don't follow a book that was written by man? That's my beliefs. That's my beliefs. That's what I think. So how can you sit there and tell me I don't believe in God? Well, you don't go to church. I don't see why you have to go to church. That doesn't mean that
you don't believe in God if you don't go to church.
I know. That's exactly what I told him. And I think I finally got it through his skull, and he started realizing, listen, I'm not going to knock you for your beliefs, but that doesn't give you the right to knock me for what I believe in. And if you believe that God is the only spirit that's around us, then hey, not a problem. But don't tell me that what I believe in isn't true.
Right.
Prove it to me, because you just proved to me they do exist by your actions and your thoughts alone. Well, he kind of got really quiet, had about another 4 or 5 beers, then walked back
Talk
over
to God some more.
Walked back over to me and went, "You got me thinking." I go, well, that's what I didn't mean to have you question anything. He goes, I'm not questioning anything. You just got me thinking. You may be completely 100% right. I went, well, that's the first time anybody's ever said that to me. So, well, what are you thinking? He goes, where all do you guys do this stuff? And I showed him the website, and I showed him a list of stuff. And he goes, well, you can probably expect to see me at one of these things or he goes, I may have to hire you to bring me out to my mom and dad's old place. I said, oh, what's going on there? He told me, well, ever since I was little, and I thought, oh, here it comes.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the non-believer side.
Yeah, ever since I was little, I used to go out here to this part of the yard and constantly always thought I was being watched. And if you look back up at the house every now and then, I always thought it was my grandma that was upstairs, but I thought, well, she looks awful young. So I asked my grandparents about it, and they said, well, actually, that's your great-grandmother. She died here in this house.
Oh.
And I said, well, I'm thinking, in my brain, I'm thinking, 2 hours ago, you didn't believe a damn word you were just telling me now.
Right.
So.
Like you triggered something in his brain.
Yeah, and it's something I always try to think about when people are looking back on things and start talking about stuff. Sometimes all you got to do is get them talking. Right. Sometimes they'll let in on a little bit of something that doesn't seem to make sense to them, but yet at the same time, they seem to feel more comfortable talking to one of us with what we do than they'll talk to anybody.
Right. We
did a private investigation this last weekend, and I did my very first tarot card swipe reading. Because I've been working more with my tarot cards and kind of looking at them. And all I did was took the cards. I didn't pull 3 cards. I didn't have the lady touch them or the guy touch them. And I just kind of, how you swipe them out on the table and make them in a long line face down. I told her, I just said, draw any card out of there. And she started to pull it, and I just got up and walked away, and I said, I'll be back. Flip it over so you can see it. You take a look at it, and then I'll be back. I went outside to have a smoke.
Okay.
Walked outside, sat with Michelle for a minute, came back in, and I had Drew. I said, put the box on top of that card. I don't want to see it for right now. So we started talking, and I told her, I said, I'm not going to lie to you. You're the first person I've ever done this with. You're the first person I've ever tried to do a reading on. You're the only person I've ever tried this with. And I said, but I think I might know what that card is sitting over there without even looking at it. Okay. I said it's either going to be the 8, the 9, or the 10 of wand or staffs.
Okay.
So I told her, I said, I'm really kind of worried about this, that I might have it right. And we went over and we pulled the box off. I'll be goddamned if it wasn't the 8 of staffs. So that was
how big is the deck of tarot cards? Like 62, something like that?
78.
78, okay.
So it's not like there was 3 cards laying there and I kind of set it up. I spread them out. I walked away. She drew whatever card she wanted, and I explained it to her what I felt it meant for her. And we went through the whole process and looked at everything. And her husband was upstairs, and I had him come down. And I asked him, I kind of explained to her what had happened, and he was kind of like, well, okay. He was kind of a skeptic-y, non-believer until we started going through some other things that night. But right. I told him, I said, what side of the bed do you sleep on when you're on her, when you're laying next to her? What side are you on? And he goes, I'm on her right, on her left. I went, okay, come up here, and to the left of those cards, you can draw any one of those cards out there you want. And just flip it over right next to hers. And I walked away, and he flipped it over, and I came back and I looked down at it, and I was like, wow, the King of Pentacles. And I started talking to him what I saw when I looked at him and I looked at that card. And he's been through a lot in his life. And I told him, I said, you've been through a lot of battles in your life, a lot of struggles. There's blood underneath his one foot. You've been through some nasty battles. You've done a lot of traveling because the bridge is back and forth between the two lands in the background. And I went through the whole thing. And as I did, he kept looking at her, and he'd look at me, and he'd look at her, and he'd look at the card, and he'd look at me. And he goes, you got to stop for a minute. He goes, there's things that she knows that a lot of people don't know. And she's over there just kind of looking at him like he's nailing this. And I went through the whole process, and then we pulled one more card and flipped it over, and it was the death card.
Oh, okay.
Which doesn't mean you're going to die. In tarot, it means a new beginning.
Right.
And they both kind of looked at it, and I went, okay. I said, hold on before you guys start freaking out here. And I explained to him what it means. And he goes, well, we haven't told anybody yet, but as soon as he goes, we're not going to be moving, we're just starting something new, and we're a little worried about it. And I said, well, that's what this is recommending. The new beginning is going to start for you guys together. And went through that process, and he was kind of all giddy about it, and I was almost shiting myself. I was so kind of giddy, which was really cool to do. And then we went through more of the process, and the area these guys live in, less than a block away, is a big, huge cemetery that has dates going back to the early 1800s in it. I think it was early to mid 1800s. And the people, everybody's always talked about this issue and that issue being in the area. And then we got done. We tore down all the cameras and all the equipment to bring it home to watch it. Told them it's going to take us a while to watch all the footage, right, and listen and re-listen and have 3 or 4 more people listen. It could be a little while, but we left them a few things to help them be comfortable. And Michelle kind of encouraged them. What's here doesn't seem dangerous. You guys should be fine. You got to take control. You pretty much got to tell it, this is my goddamn house. You got to stay the hell out. Go away. You're not in charge. Just stop. And you need to take control. And as we were getting ready to leave, he walked over and he shook my hand. He goes, I wasn't too sure about you guys coming, but you guys can come back anytime you want to. Be right here. He goes,
you're the greatest.
Yeah. And I said, well, I know damn well I'm going to keep in touch with you, because as soon as you get your license, because he's going to become a chiropractor, I said, you got some popping and clicking that you got to fix in my back. Or anytime. He goes, anytime. You just let me know when you want to do it. So
that's awesome.
It was a pretty wild one. And then this weekend we've got, what do we have? We got for the Farrar School.
Is Beth going to be out there at that one?
I don't think so. No.
She might have just shared it on Facebook.
She's been sharing a lot of our stuff with us, which is nice. This isn't even a ghost hunts event.
Okay.
This is a fundraiser I think it's a fundraiser for the school, for the people that own the school, and it's being put on by CNH Paranormal up by Des Moines, and we're kind of like the co-hosts of it. But we're going to try a few more experiments up there. Don't want to give them away just in case somebody's listening. Because I know a few people that are coming that are listening, because they already said they'd logged in and whatever was going on before, they were waiting for our show to start.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do a few experiments. We got some drawings we're going to do, just some little tiny things, and then we're going to, whatever people want to do, we're going to do. We have people coming in from Tennessee, let's see, Tennessee guys are a couple of guys from Tennessee are coming in. We got some coming in from Texas, Missouri, Minneapolis. People are coming. We got some people coming in from Nebraska. So we got some people coming in from good distances away just to do a one-night hunt and have some fun with us. So
yeah,
looking forward to this one. This is the one I was hoping you were going to get to come to.
Yeah. Well, the second premiere of the movie kind of put a damper on that.
Yeah, but you know what? I'd almost, if it was me and I had both of these to pick from, I would probably pick the premiere.
Well, this, believe it or not, I don't think I said where the premiere was the last time I was on the show. I know I did give a shout out before we had the last premiere in Cincinnati, but this next one that's happening Saturday is at the, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but the Rose Opera House.
Okay.
It's ROHS in Cynthiana, Kentucky. But we actually, we get to do the premiere, the whole meet and greet, sign some autographs, and then watch the movie with everybody that purchased a ticket. And then we get to investigate it.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So we get to investigate the Opera House.
That'd be cool as shit.
And I mean, it's a working movie theater that I know of now. But it was built in 1871.
You said ROHS?
ROHS Opera House, yeah. It says, built in 1871, this theater has been placed of several most haunted lists and is a popular destination for ghost hunters from all around. A mysterious lady in white has been seen by several over the years. Will you see her next, is what the website says.
Wow. The Rose Opera House, like you said, was built in 1871 in downtown Cynthia, Kentucky, about 20 miles north of Lexington. The original opera house was built by whatever that guy's name is, and Ross is right. ROSS is how you say it.
Okay.
And it was built by this guy Herman and his son Carl. Herman, although born in Cynthia, came from German ancestry and ran a successful jewelry business in Cynthia prior to opening the opera house. His son Carl, born in 1902, is perhaps known for being the grandfather of actor Chris O'Donnell. Oh. Cool. The opera house was expanded to fit modern times, blah, 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 blah. Somewhere in the theater's long history, it picked up the reputation for being the third most haunted location in Kentucky, presumably behind Waverly Hills and Bobby Mackey's. It is best known for the reports of a full-bodied apparition dubbed the Woman in White. Witnesses have reported seeing a woman who appears to be in her 40s wearing a long, flowing white garment. Evidence of various paranormal groups seem to support the idea that she isn't the only ghost at the theater. The sounds of children laughing and playing, as well as a man's voice, have been captured. In early 2011, the Rose Opera House was featured on an episode of blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Huh.
So I don't know. I'd have to get on the site. I think there's a link on my Facebook page. If anybody listening follows me on Facebook, then there is a link on there of what time it starts and everything as far as how the whole night's going to go. It pretty much tells you what hours they're going to be investigating. And I'm not 100% sure I'm going to stay because that's it's like an hour and a half, almost 2-hour drive for me. So,
well, y'all, if you go there, I'm asking everybody to give Shannon a big hug for me when you get there. Anybody who's there, say hi. This is from Bill.
So I want to investigate just because I'm kind of a little rusty. I'd like to get it. Besides, I got to go to Ashmore May 11th with the Abyss Paranormal Group. So I haven't got to investigate for a while. Beth and I did do a residential weeks ago as well.
How'd that go?
Well, we came to the conclusion, Beth came to the conclusion of this woman. She's a single mother of 2, and she's got an ex that will not leave them alone. I'm talking like dumps trash on their lawn at weird hours of the night, drives up and down their road, blaring his bass in his vehicle. I guess he lives out of his van. And yeah, and the way Beth had put it was there is negative energy in the house. She pictured an elderly man like in his 70s, like 72, I think she said, but he's not affiliated with their family at all. But there was so much past with this woman, like names were coming through the phasma left and right. She was like, she would just look at us with an O face, like, and we would just kind of mute it or turn it off for a minute and let her tell. There was a story behind every name that came through the phasma.
Really?
And we were only there from like 7:30 p.m. to almost midnight. And her kids were there. Both her kids, her son and her daughter, were there. And I mean, I don't even. Beth seems to think that it's the negative energy from her ex that is just building up, and the more that they talk about him and the stuff that he does, it's just building up in their house, and they've got this negative energy in their house that is just draining them.
Real well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, we answered. Well, I mean, Beth being a medium, she answered more questions than I could, but the kids were very helpful and stuff, and I mean, there was a spirit coming through asking us to put the son. I mean, both of them are teenagers. They go to the same high school my daughter does.
Oh, okay.
And they were asking, a male voice came through and was asking to put the boy in the room, and which is his bedroom, which they're redoing the floor, so he sleeps on the couch right now. Like, it was yelling at us, telling to put more light in that room, and everything. And I'm like, I went to open the door and didn't realize the door wasn't on the hinges. So, because we weren't complete darkness, they had lights on and everything. But this woman they're in the process of packing and moving here soon. But they've already started packing, and she has over, I think the son said like over 80 crosses.
Huh?
Yeah, crosses. Over 80. 80.
Why would you want over 80 crosses?
I don't know, but they have a lot. A lot. So, but I mean, she's really cool. The kids were cool. I don't think they were really believers until a lot of the names started coming through. The kids lost their dad. She lost her ex-boyfriend. I mean, there's deaths throughout her family. I mean, her whole life. She had a bad life too. But it was just, and it was crazy because we got to talking about the movie that I was in, the Rosalie movie, and she was asking me about it because just off topic, and I was like, yeah, it's like it just premiered February 23rd, and she's like, shut up. And I was like, yeah, why? She's like, that's my son's birthday. Her daughter's name is Rosa Lee.
No.
I'm not shitting you. So there was,
okay.
To me, there was a reason why I was contacted. Like, I was meant to go there, too.
That's just too freaking weird, actually.
Yeah. There's some other stuff, too, that kind of click, like stuff that had happened with her with a past relationship, and even the guy's name. I've had the same stuff happen to me. Same dude, same name. It's different guy, same name.
Shannon, if you get possessed by this damn movie, I'll be the first one to say that I promise I will do everything that I can to follow you around and try to videotape all of it.
I'm not going to get possessed. But I have, speaking of the movie, I have had some opportunities knocking at my door with the guy that did the storyboard for the movie, Brian Ingerman. He has started up his own company representing up-and-coming actors and some actors that have been out there for a while. And he's got a convention. It's called CreepyCon, and it's in Knoxville, Tennessee, I think, the weekend before Halloween. And Jessica, who was in Rosalie, one of the main four characters, and then myself will be at a table signing autographs and stuff. And we will also I will be doing my first panel with her on the movie. So
I'm gonna try to be there and be one of the creepiest guys in the room going, can you explain why you
I'm just gonna be like, sit the fuck down, sir.
Excuse me, ma'am. It's my
done.
turn to ask a question, and you're gonna answer my question.
So I'm looking forward to it. I actually have Allie that weekend, but I'm gonna try and arrange it with Mike or my mom to watch her. But there are some doors opening up. Even with Allie's crazy schedule, I'm going to see what I can do to make that stuff work.
You're going to be in the next remake of a Rob Zombie movie as a freaky character.
I am shooting another movie with Christopher Maggard and Brian this September.
Cool.
And then there's already another movie in making that I'm supposed to star in filming next year. So, I've got some opportunities, and I'm going to take them. And let's just say I don't have to volunteer for the next ones, or I wouldn't have been sold on it right away.
Definitely. If you don't take these opportunities, I'll drive over and kick your butt.
I know. That's kind of what my mom said too. So, off the topic of me, damn it. Earlier when we were talking. Before we got online, I decided to just do something stupid and search paranormal tools.
Yep.
And it's kind of crazy the shit you can find on here. Okay, so one of the ones that popped up, you know which one I'm going to talk about first.
Yeah, if you need to protect yourself at a paranormal investigation, you need to listen up right now, folks. That's what you need to do. Okay, Shannon, go for it.
I'm going to tell you now, this can be found at stacksocial.com. And this is legit a real thing. How much it's going to help you.
Wait, I got to pull it up because I want to see it. Stacksocial.com.
Stacksocial.com. And it's called Ghost Hunter 2, and it's gold.
Stacksocial.com. All right, stacksocial.com. All right. Okay. What the? There's a lot of stuff on here. And Ghost Hunter Tool?
Ghost Hunter 2, TWO, and it's gold. And the description says, going on a ghost hunt, aim and fire toothpicks at your phantom enemies with this mini crossbow. And then if you scroll down and look at the description, it gives you the range and everything that this toothpick's going to get. So you know your distance you have to be to shoot it at a spirit, okay? But it says, have a ghost problem? Prefer to do it yourself? Say no more. The Ghost Hunter 2 mini crossbow features the ultimate ghost hunter accessory, an infrared red light. Aiming at night during your ghost hunting missions has never been easier thanks to the illuminated infrared light, allowing you to successfully aim and fire toothpicks. Ghosts have been warned. Be uncommon with your highly addictive ghost fighting mini crossbow.
That is so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. A mini crossbow
for $47.99
that shoots toothpicks for ghost hunting.
Not toothpicks doused in holy water or anything, just toothpicks.
I will take my crossbow toothpick and shoot that ghostly vampire square in the chest, killing him instantaneously. He's already dead.
Are you on the site? Are you on the description?
No, I was trying to use it. What was it called again?
It's called the Ghost Hunter 2. WO, number 2, but spelled out. And it's gold. It says gold. There's a warning. Are you ready for this? There's a warning.
There's a warning?
Uncommon carry is not responsible for any unsuccessful ghost hunting missions. If problem continues, seek professional assistance. Guys, you can't make this shit up. I'm serious. Go to stacksocial.com. It's on there.
I'm on there, but there's so much other stuff on here. It's like, where do I go?
Yeah, I want to buy it just to take a picture of it and say that I got it. Yeah.
See, it didn't even come up.
So, It didn't come up?
I'm on the
Well, I just did a Google search for paranormal tools, and it was, if you scroll across the blocks, there was one of the pictures. It has like a little laser light on the top. You know, kind of like from Austin Powers, sharks with laser beams attached to their heads. That's kind of what it reminds me of.
A freaking shark with laser beams. See, mine came up with a whole bunch more than that. And I can't find this toothpick shooter thingy.
If you're looking at it, though, like I didn't, unless I clicked on it and got a bigger picture, I couldn't tell that was a toothpick. Until I read it.
Well, I don't even see anything that looks like a crossbow.
Okay. Alright.
Oh
I gotta send it to you on your messenger so you can look
at
it. You ready for this? Are you sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
Alright, here you go.
I'm looking. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. It's coming up. There's Damon Jones.
What?
You've
Where?
got
the
to
video
be
I
kidding
sent you.
me. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I wonder if there's like... See, that's like a specific toothpick. It's got the flat bottom. Not pointy on both sides.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, and then you clicked on porn. Seriously?
No, that was Damon Jones.
Oh, you clicked on that video?
Yeah. Well, I didn't click on it. My computer decided it was time to move to the next image.
Oh yeah, if there's any fans out there of Damon Jones and Adam Calhoun, you get the chance to go see him, jump on it. One of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life.
Oh, there's a plug if I've ever heard one.
I know. I didn't get to hear Damon Jones sing his song Jessica, which was wrote about his sister who passed away of Rett syndrome, which is what Allie has. So I did get to hug him and tell him that I was the one that had been commenting so much and saying my daughter had Rett syndrome or whatever, and he just gave me a big hug. Both of them were cool as all get out.
That's awesome.
They weren't like the normal jerks that you meet in, they're celebrity and they're just like cocky. No, they were complete opposite.
Yeah, you kind of got me hooked on him. I can't stop. I listen to him all day at work.
Who, Demon?
I go to YouTube, type him in. Gotta start off with My Town. I love that one.
Oh yeah, there's not a song he has I don't like. So this one's on here's another one. This one's on a different website. This is
God.
This is on Etsy.
Okay.
Okay. And it's called the Dybbuk box. It's DYBBUK.
Now, what we know about the Dybbuk box is the Dybbuk box was first created. Let's see, where is that? The Dybbuk box was first created and used by Kevin Mannis to describe a wine cabinet in the item information in an eBay auction, and he found a box. Got a box. Why did that popping up on my screen? Mannis was a writer and creator by professional trade, owned a small antiques and furniture store in Portland, Oregon. According to Mannis' story, he bought the box at a real estate auction in 2001. It belonged to the survivor of the Holocaust in German-occupied Poland named Havela, who had escaped to Spain and purchased it there before her immigration to the United States. Havela's granddaughter told Mannis the box had been bought in Spain after the Holocaust. Upon hearing that the box was a family heirloom, Mannis offered to give the box back to her grandfather, but she insisted that he take it. Well, we don't want it, is exactly what she said.
Right.
She told him the box had been kept in her grandmother's sewing room and was never opened because the Dybbuk box was said to have because a Dybbuk was said to live inside it. Now, I haven't figured out exactly what a Dybbuk is yet. That's the one.
This one says, a Dybbuk is a restless, usually malicious spirit believed to be able to haunt and even possess the living.
My mom!
My mom, too!
Who'd have thunk she's living in a box?
And it said something about, the box gained notoriety when it was auctioned on eBay. You read that part, accompanying horror story written by Kevin Mannis. and is the original inspiration for the 2012 film, The Possession. And then it says if a Dybbuk box is burned, the box will take a long time to burn, but as it is burned, the Dybbuk is fully released and cannot be returned to the box.
So that would mean you're releasing an evil spirit or entity onto the earth to let him go.
Pretty much.
What happens if you just open it? Wouldn't they be released that way? I mean,
the little girl opened it in the movie, got like possessed, like he got out and was like inside her. Have you ever seen that movie?
Shannon, we've had this discussion before. Bill usually doesn't watch that many movies, and no, I've never seen The Possession.
I had to watch it because it's got my boy Jeffrey Dean Morgan in it. He's the father.
Oh my god.
So I watched it, and I'm into those kind of creepy horror movies. I don't watch a lot of them. They're like based true events, because some of those movies do creep out, but
I have trouble watching them only because I sit there and laugh at them because I'm thinking, this is so stupid. And then you can be like, well, he's about to die. She's about to die. Oh, look, there, that one
Well, you
died.
can do that with like Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th movies too, because they always start with a little bit of music that shit's about to happen.
So are you saying that every time somebody dies anywhere in the world, music is playing first?
Sure.
So if I plug my ears, I'm never going to die. I didn't hear the music.
You know what I'm talking about. So, needless to say, you can get that Dybbuk box for $65 on Etsy. Let's see. I have one more. Ready for this one? This is
probably not, but let's go for it.
This one's on Etsy too.
Okay.
This is a haunting kit.
Oh my god.
It includes a real spirit. Okay?
What the hell?
This is the description. Always been intrigued by those haunted houses you see on television or visit during the month of October? Do you wish you could bring some of that magic and chaos home with you? Now you can.
Oh, let me bring some chaos home to my house. Oh my god.
Oh, it says here for your consideration is your very own haunting kit. This kit contains a small vial containing a spirit materialized into dirt collected from grave sites or the basement floor of our actively haunted inn. We communicated with the entity using a white noise spirit box and were given explicit permission from the spirit to collect and relocate it. Please note that while all of the spirits we have placed into these haunting kits have come willingly, not all of them are friendly.
What's an aneurysm if you like again?
When you purchase your haunting kit, you are agreeing to adopt and take ownership of the spirit contained in the kit. It will require some care on your part to keep the spirit's vessel safe and unbroken. To feed the spirit by placing a small amount of the enclosed herbal mix in the offering bowl while lighting a small candle at least once a week. To energize it with crystals or salt. And to make sure your spirit is not becoming hostile. In exchange for your excellent care, your spirit has been carefully selected to add positive characteristics to your life, such as wealth, luck, love, and good health. Some of the spirits we have collected are even able to act as... I don't even know. I cut it off. I just took a screenshot.
Oh my god.
But you can have that. That's on Etsy, and that can be yours for $44.10.
Let's break this box down first. First of all, let's not talk about probably some of the stuff that's in the box that is also in there that's probably, doesn't work or
right.
they ripped you off with.
Right. My spirit's broken.
But they trapped a spirit in a bottle. Y'all, if a spirit can walk through a wall, can go through a closed door, What makes you think a piece of glass is going to stop this sumbitch?
Right?
Oh my god.
Now, if it's got all these funky, weird scriptures wrote all over it, that might be a different story. I think I just watched too much Supernatural. Just ignore that last thing I said.
Oh my god. Okay.
Saying. So, here's what you do. You buy the haunting kit, where you actually get a spirit that you can hunt with your mini crossbow that shoots toothpicks.
No, what you do is you buy the haunted kit, and you take that little vial out, and you put it in the Dybbuk box you just bought.
No, because then you'll release the Dybbuk.
Hold on. How would you... No, we're not burning it.
Why couldn't you just open it and release them too?
Oh, no, you think he's stuck in a box? If glass can't hold them, I don't think wood can. But you put them in there and shut the lid and then shake it real hard and see what the hell happens.
Who wins that battle? But have your mini crossbow that shoots toothpicks ready.
For safety first, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you have that mini crossbow, and you don't even need to. You might want to dip that thing in some holy water or some blood or something just to get ready.
Yeah, I'm totally going to bring that on an investigation.
It is so amazing that people buy stuff like that.
You know what I'm going to do before next Wednesday? I'm going to message that person and ask them a few questions and get their input on this product. And I want to know how many people have actually bought from them.
Tell them you're a CNN reporter and they'll probably listen to you.
Right?
Oh my
god. So that was like, I don't know. The Dybbuk box was interesting because that's like, that's kind of cool how the movie The Possession was based off that box.
Now, I've heard a lot of different things about Dybbuk boxes. That and a lot of it has come out from the movies and people talking about it.
Right.
But I'm thinking more of the reason why they thought the Dybbuk box had something in it. It had nothing to do with the box itself. I mean, when Manus bought it, he wrote that he found it contained 2 1920s pennies, a lock of blonde hair bound with a cord, a lock of brownish black hair bound with a cord, a small statue engraved with a Hebrew word shalom, a small golden wine goblet, 1 dried rosebud, and a single candle holder with 4 octopus-shaped legs.
So he opened it.
Yeah. So it had hair in it, which was human. It came off someone at one time.
Right.
It had a statue in it with Hebrew written on it. There was a small wine goblet. I don't know much about that one unless it represented the, Jesus Christ, the Holy Grail. A small rosebud, which could have been given to the Havala by anyone, or someone gave her a rose, and a single candle holder with 4 octopus-shaped legs. Now, that candle holder is actually the one that I want to kind of look at, or want to dwell on, because we know in some of the stuff we've done that objects can get possessed.
Right.
And depending on what that candle holder was made out of, we've heard of dolls being possessed. We've heard of, chairs being possessed by someone that used to sit in them all the time. We've heard of other objects. But a candle held a flame, which was pure energy. It's heat, it's light, it's one of the purest forms of energy you can get.
Right.
If depending on what that candle holder was used for, what was attached to that candle? I'm thinking it wasn't the box itself that held onto it. It was the objects in the box. And how are the locks of hair bound? The blonde hair and the brownish black hair. How are they bound? Were they bound in a certain way? Was it done ritualistically?
Well, I don't know. Minus some bones, it sounds like a really bad hex.
Yeah, I mean, it was, what hexing happened? What was done to put something in that box, to hold it in that box? And was anyone ever supposed to open it?
Yeah, that's weird.
So, I mean,
Is this Manus guy still alive?
That's what I'm looking right now.
Is he still alive?
Well,
I'm just kind of curious if he had some kind of freak accident.
he published a book in 2009. Let's see if I can find his name where I can click on it, where it'll take me to talk about him. You know what? How about we just look up Kevin Manus? Probably the way to do it.
What's his name?
Kevin Manus. Mannis. So, I mean, there's too many other things. Oh, he was on Ghost Adventures? No, he wasn't.
That's the one I clicked on. Oh, they had the Dybbuk box on this episode. You see that?
Yeah.
Did anyone watch Deadly Possessions last night? Somebody said I thought it was horrible.
It looks like he may still be alive.
Because this show made me doubt everything Zach has done. I'm a big fan of Ghost Adventures, but this episode, especially with the Dybbuk box part and that Kevin Manus guy, seemed absolutely faked. That's a really long negative comment.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because it's like 5 paragraphs.
So, I just found an article trying to zoom in on it, but it's really blurry. It's an advertisement from the 1937 film The Dybbuk, written by Michael Wozniacki. It's really hard to see. There's a classic movie out there. See, now I might watch that classic movie. World famous classic, spoken in Yiddish, full English subtitles. Huh.
I'm reading here where it says Jason Haxton, who is the current owner of the box.
Excuse me.
Jason Haxton, the Dybbuk box's current owner, is the museum director at A.T. Still University Museum of Osteopathic Medicine. The Dybbuk box was originally purchased at an estate auction by an unsuspecting antique store owner. Doesn't say their name. Since then, the box has frightened and baffled its owners with the strange activities that surround it, including Jason himself as the current owner.
Okay, here's a backstory on the box. Manus claimed to have purchased a box at a real estate sale of a 103-year-old Polish woman who, after growing up and raising her family, was sent to Nazi concentration camp. Her entire family, her parents, brothers, sisters, husband, 2 sons, and daughter were all killed. She escaped with some prisoners and somehow made it to Spain, where she acquired the wine cabinet. The granddaughter of the woman noticed that Manus had purchased a box and related the story. But that doesn't matter. See, now that changes things. There's more information here. So she, inside the box, she found several items. A 1928 U.S. wheat penny, a 1925 U.S. wheat penny, a small lock of blonde hair, a small lock of black-brown hair, a granite statue gilded with the Hebrew word shalom, one dried out rosebud, a golden goblet, and a very strange black candle holder with octopus legs. See, they left off the black part. So what was it made of?
It says, what I'm reading here, it says when Kevin Manus, when his mother, he bought it for his mother, that when Kevin's mother received the box, she suffered a stroke, leaving her partially blind, unable to speak, and paralyzed. Soon, all kinds of unexplainable events occurred surrounding the box. Anyone who slept near it would have dreams of being pummeled by a demented hag, notice odd scents, and see dark, shadowy figures.
Okay, I found pictures of it. The
Yeah,
actual.
I have one picture of it, but this picture looks different than the one that I just seen on, what was it, Etsy? Or no, that one was on Stack something.
Yeah, this one here actually. It's probably maybe 2 feet tall.
They got like gold on each side where it's open,
Well,
like open on the front.
yeah. Well, yes, but that's not the actual box. That's just the casing around the box. The box is the inset piece that's on the inside, where it's got the 2 doors and the drawer.
Right, I see that, but it actually has like the picture I'm looking at has a black candle holder and another candle holder.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing. Well, I don't think that chrome thing's a candle holder. The gold piece, that's the goblet.
Oh, okay.
But it's a double goblet, which means in today's terms, it's a 3/4 ounce shot and a full ounce shot.
Oh, okay.
But that candle holder really kind of intrigues me. Now that I can see it, that looks wild. That is kind of cool. Huh. So now it's kept in an isolation room. Just so they don't know.
Yeah, the one guy that bought it, that is the current owner, he says, I believe that the box is somewhat neutral, neither evil nor good. I believe it was designed and equipped to move a person toward their innermost desire or wish. Of course, sometimes what a person wants is not always a good thing for them or others.
Huh.
Yeah, so when I searched paranormal tools earlier, I didn't expect to find some stuff like this.
No.
I will have the mini crossbow here in a couple weeks, though.
There's this guy who has his own Dybbuk box, and he says, my Dybbuk box actually has spirits in it. It's called rum, vodka, whiskey, scotch, and bourbon.
No Jack?
No, people don't drink Jack anymore.
Whatever.
Too much sissies.
No Crown?
People just don't want to drink that stuff anymore. They don't drink the good stuff anymore. That's the problem. So I think this Dybbuk box looks more something we need to look into.
Well, we can read up. We can read up more on it for next week and post some pictures to the page so other people can see it if they aren't already Googling it like we are, because, you know, Google is our friend.
Google is our friend. Uh-huh.
Google should be paying us for free advertising. We use Google for everything. Oh. I'm gonna start using Bing.
Everybody starts using Google for everything. So I know we only got about 5 minutes left, but I found a website, and I really want to talk about it because it's some of the dumbest stuff I've ever seen. The weirdest and most obscure conventions in America.
Oh, that's right.
So the first one is the Reptile Show. Now, you've already missed the January one, but if you want to go to the California one in San Diego, it's July 13th and 14th. They have all sorts of reptiles, and yeah, I'll stay away from that one. Now, this is the one that I really want Michelle to go to. We missed it. March 3rd to the 7th, the World Clown Association Convention.
Ooh.
They had over 2,700 clowns at the last year's one.
That's where Beth needs to go, too.
She doesn't like clowns either, does she?
I think it's either her or her brother.
Hey, here's one we should go to. I'm not even going to try to say that. In Georgia, April 11th to the 14th, the Association of Lincoln Presenters, a.k.a. LinCon. All these guys dress up. So is this going
to be a bunch of people dressed up as Abe Lincoln?
Yes, it is.
Oh, my God. Wonder how many times you'll hear the 4 scores and 7 years ago.
4 and 17 minutes ago, one man came up here and tried to imitate me.
And failed.
And the Chinese guy that looks like Abraham Lincoln's hilarious in this picture. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Hey, April 26th through the 28th in Warwick, Rhode Island. X-Filers United. They have mediums, authors, UFO abductees, Bigfoot researchers, all sorts of stuff.
I was going to say, these conventions sound like the conventions they had in Roswell every year.
Now, here's the one that is in Chicago, Illinois, and I've heard of this one a lot. It's sometime in July. They don't even have the dates nailed down yet. It's one of the biggest festivals based on the Netherlands Redhead Festival. Chicago has brought its own crimson theme celebration to America. Redhead Days Festival. Everybody's a redhead that's there. Now, I do remember a report about a year ago where they said by 2025 there would be no redheads left on Earth because it was something that the bodies were getting rid of. There looks like there's a lot of really young ones here. Unless you're going to go knock them all off, I don't think you're going to make it to that date.
Wow.
And then you have, on July 3rd to the 6th, the Paper Doll Convention. I don't think Michelle will be going to that one.
Paper doll?
Yeah. Hey, July 12th through the 14th, the California Mermaid Convention.
Where have these things been all my life?
Vent Haven International Ventriloquist Convention, July 17th to the 20th at Engler, Kentucky.
Now that would be kind of cool.
Unless they're like talking without somebody moving their mouth. What the hell
I wouldn't stay the night near him or anything. A couple of hours seeing him and I'm good.
Oh my God. They put 4 days to this. Byron Con. BronnyCon. Baltimore, Maryland, August 1st to the 4th. Calling all My Little Pony lovers. BronnyCon is what you've been waiting for. Oh, looks like we got about a minute left.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I got to be on here tonight. And everything's still functioning.
That flew by. Holy crap.
It did.
Oh my God.
That's because I was on here and we had a lot to talk about.
I know. Thank you very much for being with us, Shannon. I love it when you're here. You gotta
be here. Keep my technology working.
I know. So do I. I want to thank everybody for listening in. Thanks for Jimmy being in the background back there producing this for us. Thank you, Big Man. Want to thank everybody. Tune in next week when Shannon and I will come up with something else completely crazy to talk about. And Shannon will have her toothpick shooter, her golden toothpick shooter with laser pointer. And she'll try to shoot something and it'll probably bounce back and take her eye out.
I'm going to have like the GoPro mounted to my forehead and everything and take a picture.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. All right, y'all, we had a great time tonight. Thank you very much for being here. We'll talk to you guys later. Be safe. Keep between the ditches, and we'll see you guys in the dark. Good night.
Peace out.